Welcome back to Rapid Quants. This is Michael Merle. It's November 6, 2024, post-election day, and we're back with a quick market update. Okay, some of you are going to be very happy today, and some of you watching this are going to be, well, not so happy today. But if you are invested in Bitcoin, if you're in the crypto market, you're going to be very happy today because the finger of God just appeared on this chart. And wow, what a development. I mean, it's just beautiful. And if you remember, if you see my Monday update, I talked about this amazing entry opportunity right here that presented itself. And I was really giddy about it because I've seen this multiple times. I pointed it out on Monday and, well, look what happened. I mean, it was just textbook. This is textbook, guys, right? This is the famous channel retest, the spike higher, it drops back down. Everyone's like, oh, we're going back in, back down here. And then it just took off like a rocket and we're just getting started from the looks of it. Wow. We're like at 75K. Well, we did touch 75K, I think. Let me look at the highs here. What are the highs saying? Yeah, 75,407. Beautiful. And this is really, really positive because right now, well, not that we're just higher, which is great, right? If you're holding Bitcoin, and I'm holding Bitcoin. But we just established a lot more context here because now we have a textbook set up here. We have a textbook, well, used to be resistance line, resistance channel here, up here. And it was just retested. So this basically confirms it. And this basically bolsters this entire channel as a massive zone of support that later on will prove to be very, very useful as the market evolves, as we're pushing up higher, 80,000, 90,000, 100,000. But we'll see it in the next few months. We'll probably see it by next year sometime. When? Well, as I said previously, my crystal ball is still in the shop. But in the meantime, the charts really tell us enough. The other thing I wanted to point at is this right here. So let me actually reload it real quick. I think nothing really has changed in Bitcoin, but let's reload the data real quick so it's up to date. And yeah, it almost touched, looks like from here, it almost touched 2075K. This is interesting. This is actually Binance data. So, not sure if my chart is maybe putting the line a little bit too high or, it's kind of interesting, right? Because this is actually Binance data. The high here says 75. Let me check again. Yeah, 75.47. Interesting. Be this as it may, maybe it's just an optical thing. By the way, we can zoom into this thing, right? I've talked about this. I'm not sure if you caught this part because I talked about this at the end of my video. And some of you guys might not have the time, especially, pre-election day. A lot of things need to get done before you go out there, cast your vote. But I've talked a little bit about the expected move indicator that I now provide for all the cryptocurrencies. This is part now of my statistics tool, which I always have provided for stocks and everything. We can take a quick glance at the stocks. Okay, so imagine a sideways bell curve. And let's draw it like this, basically. Like this. I'm going to try to draw it as nicely as I can with my limited drawing skills. Okay. Kind of like this, okay? It's not easy with a mouse. I should probably get my drawing tool, but it doesn't really matter. And then we draw the line in the center, okay? That's where we started the week, basically. Okay, now we're kind of like here. That's basically the lines I'm drawing. So this is one standard deviation. Makes sense now, right? It's right there, that's the bell curve. And then we can think about, okay, now we're here out like 2 standard deviations. So we're about 2 standard deviations out at this point already. And if we keep going up this week, we might actually hit 3 standard deviations. So it's basically, 1 sigma right here, 1 sigma right here. There's 2 sigmas right here, right? And 3 sigmas right here to the upside. And that's quite a move in one day. I mean, we did start the day before, pre-election day. That was a little bit of a bump. But the week started here. Today's Thursday. No, what is today? Wednesday, my bad. Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So that's where we started the week, right? I should have drawn the line a little bit lower, my bad. But you get the idea. And you can see how much territory we covered. We sliced through this on the second day, basically, right? On the third day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, it's a 7-day trading week in crypto. So we got 4 more days to go. There's a lot of territory we can cover here. Got all day Wednesday today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, 5 days. Okay. 5 days if you include today, 4 days if you don't include today. That's a lot of territory we can cover. So what might happen here is actually we go up a little bit. Let me remove this. And maybe bounce around a little bit. Maybe make a little bit more upside progress. And then it has a pretty good chance of coming back down a little bit. Again, people will take profits. And then often we see a retest somewhere around here. Right? And then, boom. That's what usually what happens in this kind of situations. The odds of the bearish scenario, well, semi-bearish, right? A bearish scenario meaning that we're going up a little bit, or we stay right here and fall back, and then maybe go back into the channel, or something like this. Okay, a scenario where we fall back here, retest, and then fall all the way back. Yes, it can happen, but given the setup, given where we come from, and if you coming back here, let me remove this drawing. If you come back here, the odds of this happening in this scenario, in this context, are very, very low at this point. I'm talking about 15, 20%, something like that. Yeah. So it's looking really, really, really good. The one thing I was a little bit disappointed about was Ethereum. And I just don't know. I mean, it's following the market, but it's more like, okay, okay, the rest of the market is moving, so I guess I have to do my obligatory duty as a cryptocurrency to kind of follow suit here. And yeah, I don't really see anything really positive happening. It's following the market, but Bitcoin is running the show right now. Right? Bitcoin is really running the show. And if we're looking at a few other cryptocurrencies, I don't know, let's just look at Solana real quick, Just some fun coins, okay? Takes a second because, oh, wow, nice, okay. Me likey. So, it might be the time when we have to start talking a lot more about Solana and we should talk about Ethereum because, we're going over here, taking a look at Solana. Where are we in the context? I haven't looked at it as much, but it's been holding up very nicely over the last few months. Even, if you can make the case that it's been holding up and not a lot nicer than Bitcoin. This is sideways correction here, right? Let's zoom out. Look at this. This is beautiful, actually. This is a beautiful chart. Guys, I should be talking about Solana a lot more. Yeah, and probably a lot of you guys are nodding right now. Yeah, Mike, talk more about Solana. Yes, sir. Because this is really beautiful, and this is a nice setup. Yeah, I like that. Let me draw some lines here. Okay, one more time. All right. Oops, I'm going to have to move this thing a little bit up. All right, so there you go. That's the way I like it. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's drop it down a little bit and push it up a little bit more. So that's kind of where we are right now. We're kind of breaking out here. I would probably pin it here. There's no perfect way of drawing lines. Again, crayons, baby. Crayons, right? I always draw I wish I could draw with crayons on these charts. Well, here too, by the way. But, these are inflection points calculated, so that's how the way I draw them. But same situation here. It's busting higher. It's looking good. All right, what else? Let's take a look at Doge, some meme coin, All right. Again, it takes a second because it's, ooh, wow. I haven't looked at any of this stuff today yet. It's early here where I am. Wow. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, let's go over here. Let's take a look at total 3. All right, so where we are. Okay. Remember when I talked about the retest? About this retest? And it did actually almost like a double retest. This is a beautiful setup right here, by the way. Yeah. I should have talked about this as well. I regret I wasn't here last week doing the market update and talking about this because I love these double retests are just damn. You're going long anyway here and you're putting a stop below here. The odds are really on your side. Is it foolproof? No, of course not. There's no guarantees in the market, but look at this. Oh, I love this kind of stuff. That's the kind of market I live for. Guys, it's a good time to be in the crypto market. Good things are happening. Crypto's getting out of the gate. Bitcoin is pushing higher. I'm happy. Systems are performing. Let's take a quick look here. What are we talking about here? By the way, the performance right now doesn't even include today's ramp yet. So this is going to be over 100K again. This is Gravitas, by the way. Veritas is definitely, most likely we're going to be over 40K by tomorrow, the way it's holding. That's actually Veritas. Is it updated? Let me reload. Okay, this is updated. Yeah, it's going to be, this dropped a little bit the other day. So this is not including today's candle yet. So keep this in mind. So we're going to be over 40K most likely. This is actually, what are we talking about? Yeah, Crypto Keeper. Altcoin trading system. It's been going sideways for a while, but I really like this system because when the market is in a difficult period, that's what it seems to be doing. And it seems to be taking advantage of ramps. So I'm really curious what's going to happen now if we continue higher. Because, a lot of hype, it's high beta all across the crypto market, the altcoin market, and they all move in unison in some respect. But certain coins, when they rear their ugly heads, then you take advantage. And that's what this system does. So let's see what it does over the next week or two. It's going to be very interesting. By the way, all these things are going to be in my super bundle at the end of this year. And also for Black Friday. So rejoice. This is Vixen, this is stocks, so we're not going to talk about that right now. And this is Fidelis, which that one has been pulling back a little bit. I've actually just put this up because I'm putting together a sheet and I wanted to have all the profit graphs publicly available. Full transparency here, of course. Always, unlike many other people you might be following, I put everything out there. All the systems that are running, you can always see how they're performing, up to date. Every night they reload, and all these charts, all these graphs, I have URLs for them that I put up, and you're going to see them. I'm going to introduce them in a few days. I'm going to talk about it and show you all the URLs you can access and check the system performance on a constant basis. So that's Vixen, by the way. It's SPY trading system. I've talked about it a little bit. So this guy here, pull back a little bit, but I actually have another graph. If I want to draw it by hand, it's kind of like, it's following a little bit high like this. So we're kind of off the standard deviation line. It's actually a little bit higher. So we're falling below the linear regression line. So I expect a pushback very, very shortly here on the system here. Everything else is really humming along very nicely. I'm super happy. And the market is doing well. So yeah, I had a very productive summer. And looks like we're going to have a very profitable fall and winter season. The systems are all performing, no complaints. The market is pushing in that direction. Everything's looking good. It's nice weather outside. Almost 20 degrees. That's about 68 Fahrenheit. So it's not weekend yet, but life is good. No complaints. All right, before I close out the video, do me a favor. Press that thumbs up button if you like my work, if you like what I do here. And maybe subscribe to the channel. Every little bit helps. Okay, that's all I got for today. And I'll see you all next time. Cheers.